the lack of urgency in judicial appointments is a chronic, serious issue that is undermining the functioning of our judicial system. So much so that the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Canada had to cry out and make public his real deep concerns at the pace that the federal government is appointing justices. David Lametti, in a CBC News report, said essentially, not my problem. I wanted to appoint. I was hamstrung by the PMO's office. Now, the process is very clear. Under the current judicial appointment process, the Justice Minister is responsible for recommending a candidate for approval, following a due diligence process overseen in part by the Prime Minister's office. The Senate, 2016, produced a study called Delaying Justice is Denying Justice from August 2016. And one of the recommendations is to appoint more judges on a timely matter. Here we are, 8 years later, still arguing that the appointment process is not efficient, that it often takes 8 months to a year, if not longer, to appoint justices on the bench, and the impacts are profound. When you don't have judges to fill the courtrooms, you have serious cases, sometimes homicides, serious domestic violence, serious gun offenses, where the judge is ultimately hearing a violation of the right to be tried within a reasonable time, will often conclude that the Crown has not discharged its onus, that there is a charter violation, and that violation results in a withdrawal or dismissal of the charges. We have an opportunity as parliamentarians, particularly in this committee, which should be charged with the responsibility to ensure the timely, efficient delivery of judicial services, both in the criminal and civil field. To turn down this very serious, important, relevant study, in my view, is shameful.
Given that the former Minister of Justice, David Lametti, blamed for the slowdown of judicial appointments solely on the Prime Minister's office, and last May, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court Richard Wagner wrote the Prime Minister expressing, quote, great concern about the shortage of judges in the country, that the committee immediately launch a 4-meeting study in order to assess the impact of the insufficient number of judges Canada has, and calls the following witnesses.
I'm now going to call a vote on the main motion. Mr. Clerk, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. On Mr. Mo's motion, Mr. Maloney.
No.
Madame Brière.
No.
Mr. Mendicino.
No.
Mr. Housefather.
No.
Madame Dillon.
No.
Mr. Moore.
Yes.
Mr. Brock.
Yes.
Mr. Caputo.
Yes.
Mr. Van Popta.
Yes.
Mr. Fortin.
Oui.
Mr. Angus.
No.
Motion is defeated.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clerk and colleagues. Motion is defeated.